Just for you this one, Bob. Hey up everybody, I'm just about to move on to the next part of my water tender that I'm building for this loco. But before I get on to that, I'd like to show you this sticker I've had from Paul Hopewell. Paul's the shed dweller, and Paul does like-minded stuff that we're all doing in his workshops and that we're all interested in, and he particularly works on vintage motorcycles, vintage cars, making parts for them, modifying parts, making one-offs, etc. He also does interesting machining techniques, and he also does repairs on his machines and various other things that I think you'd be interested in if you're interested in probably what I'm doing. So I'll get you up on the sticker board, Paul, and then we'll take a look at what I'm up to with this next part of my water tender. Right, I've managed to get all these machined up now. Took a while, but it were worth it. I've got them all machined to 3/8, like the original piece of brass angle that I've got. I've got one, that piece of copper that I were working with, I've managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought there were more than 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I managed to get 7 pieces out on it, so I'll move over to the workbench and I'll have a think. I've not really thought about this yet, but I'll have a think how I'm going to get this assembled up. This is the piece of brass angle that were bought in. I don't know where I got this from, or maybe somebody's give it me, or I've picked it up from somewhere. And this is the piece that I've made. I've made 7 of these, so I should have enough now. The only difference is, well, they're exactly the same size wise, but the bought one's got a sharp corner, and my manufactured piece has got like a radius corner, and that's not going to matter for what I'm doing. So how am I going to attach this all together then? Well, I suppose there's a number of ways this could be done. Because I'm not going to rivet the angle on, I'll not be drilling straight through the sides and the back and the front. I want to try and keep that flush if I can. So I thought my plan A is going to be I was going to make some brass studs and silver solder them onto the brass. But I found these 4BA studs that I had in a drawer, brass, so I might just do a little counter bore without breaking through into the other side, just enough to locate the screws, and then just put a dab of silver solder on. And because silver solder is a lot higher melting point than soft solder, when I come to soft solder the angle on, once I've drilled it accurately and got everything in position, I can then go around with some soft solder, and the silver soldered studs shouldn't be affected. So that's plan A, and if that don't work I'll go on to plan B, and I don't know what plan B is going to be yet. So watch this space and we'll see what happens with plan A. So what I'm doing then, I've set a stop on my table at 90 degrees to the table, and I'm using my table cross slide as a reference point to the edge of the table. So each plate that I put on now, I can automatically get it squared up. And I'm just going to put some equally spaced counterbores into the brass round the edge for the fixing screws, and I'm just going, the actual plate is 16 gauge, which is more or less 60 thou. I'm going down probably between 30 and 40 thou before I break through, just to the diameter of the head of the countersunk brass screw, just to locate it in position while I silver solder it. That's it then for this part. I think I've just been cleaning all the flux off from around the screws, and I've run the 4BA dye down all the screws to clean them out. I've just got some little bits of flux just to clean off out screws, and I think that'll be okay then. It did distort it a little bit and I've had to straighten it out a little bit, but once I get this angle on, cut to size and drilled, etc., any slight deviations should pull that straight. I did have a bit of a practice at this on a piece of brass beforehand. I soldered one of these screws onto this brass, then I've just bolted this piece to it just to make sure it clamps up okay. So I think that's it for this part then. I've got the other one set up in the miller ready to counterbore. If you found that useful and informative, I'd appreciate a thumbs up and a sub, etc, etc, and I'll catch you on next video then. So thanks for watching, bye for now.